Derek Svennungsen, Managing Director here in snowy Sun Valley, and I have the real privilege today of sitting and chatting with Janine Bear, who's a very experienced agent here in Sun Valley, one of the Mount Rushmore agents, if you will. And before we get into some of the questions about what an awesome year she had in 2018, I do want to just say congratulations, and my heart is huge for you because you just got engaged last night. So yay. Okay, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Saying those words, but yeah.
I know. But let's talk about the real estate thing, which is of course the important stuff.
We're not talking about my engagement. Okay.
No.
I'm with you.
So 2018, after a few steady years, but nothing like you used to do in the early 2000s, 2018 you had 29 sides and you had $13.5 million in sold volume.
Yes.
Awesome, congratulations,
Thank you.
Way to go, way to get back into the big swing of things. How'd you do it? Tell me a couple of ways how you did it.
It was actually quite a fun year. I was also able to travel quite a bit last year, and I was ill. So adding all that into it, I really worked about 6 months last year. And the year before, I did half the volume that I did last year and didn't take near as many vacations. So a couple things, the staff and Coldwell Banker, Todd, you, Teresa, everybody here, that was one of the main reasons I was allowed to do that. I was allowed to travel, I was allowed to do as much volume as I did because I had this support staff here. Beside that, a lot of it was mindset and really setting my mind to doing this, to going to bed at night saying, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to work out, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to make it to the office by 8:30, I'm going to make my 20 calls today, and setting my mind to what I actually needed to do my job. I found that probably the laws of attraction and how I was thinking about my business was one of the key elements of changing that, and that came from my coach, Jeff Mays, because I did know this back in the day, but you kind of let some things go. And once I kind of got on track with coaching and really just set my mind to, I'm going to kill it this year. I set that I wanted to double my business. So I started coaching in April. I wanted to double my business by April 2019. And from April 2018 to December, I doubled my business from the year prior. So I wanted to do $14 million last year. I did $13.5. I'm pretty damn happy with that. And now I'm just so now I've elevated all my goals. So
for 2019, your goals are higher.
Much, much higher. Doubling it again would be fabulous or more.
Can you do that? Like, our goals need to be just beyond realistic, I think. Do you feel like you can do this?
I do, actually, because when you actually look at my goals, they are pretty far-fetched. But my coach believes in me, my office believes in me. And I think that's a huge part of it, because I'm not out there alone going, okay, this sounds crazy. It's, yes, this is crazy, but it's absolutely, other people have done it, why can't I? Mm-hmm. And maybe not in this market, but maybe other markets. And some people here are doing it. So I put it lofty for a reason, but back in April, I thought 14 was lofty. Because I had that, I felt like I had a ceiling of 10 that I just could not break through for many years. Mm-hmm. And I blew through that. And it's, a lot of that was actually sitting down, making phone calls every 5 days a week, and I didn't always do it, but when I did, it creates momentum. It changes your mindset. You're in it. You do your power hour. A couple of days ago, I'm doing a phone challenge with Jeannie Keel here, and
what do you mean a phone challenge? Like what?
So it's whoever makes the most phone calls in a day. We were going to do it one day. Now we're doing it for the next 3. So whoever makes the most phone calls by Friday, the loser buys lunch.
You're making calls, and here's what occurs to me is that you have no idea what people you've worked with are talking about in their home right now. Maybe they were never going to sell, but maybe they're having conversations like, oh, we have that piece of land, and you didn't even know they had that piece of land.
Right.
And so unless you make that call, you're not going to know what those conversations are.
Correct. And there, you get a lot of no's, of course, but you're looking for the no's to get to those yeses. And then that one call I just made the other day, that's not random. When I was back in 2018, and it was phone call, run around here with my hair on fire, was because I was sending that letter and I was making the phone calls, and I was creating the business. I was also attracting the business. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if people believe in this or not. I mean, for me, it's God. I don't know what you believe in. I really don't care. For me, having the mindset to say, okay, buyers and sellers are attracted to me. This is what's going to happen in my life. This is what's going to happen in my world. And my phone started ringing without me making calls, because people are thinking about me. One gentleman said, I decided to look for a place in Haley, and I asked a couple agents, and they all said, you have to use Janine, I'm calling you, I need to buy a house. And that was completely random. Someone's like, we're working on our estate, can you come give us a value? Well, I'm not making money off it now, but a couple of years from now I might, so I did market analysis. And so those phone calls start coming to you when you actually start thinking about the business. You're here, your head's in it, your mind's in it, you're expecting it. I was expecting the business. I expected to sell 14 million by April of this year, and I did 13.5 at the end of last year. When you set out that expectation, your subconscious doesn't have it, or you're even saying it out loud. I'm going to meet 4 sellers this week, and I'm going to list 2 properties. I'm going to do this.
I remember there was like 2 weeks left in December, and you wanted to get to 30.
I did.
And you were at 29, and you said, I'm going to get to 30. And I'm like, Janine, how are you going to get... And you're like, shut up. I'm going to do it because I want to do it, and I'm going to do it, and no matter what. And I was like, okay.
You can't tell me not you're
exactly,
negative.
exactly.
Like, be on my side or don't.
Yeah, yeah. So here's Janine. She's not a coach. She's not, a leadership person that's trying. She's like the real deal, doing the real stuff every day, and she's doing it right. And here's some of the results. And so if you take anything from this, it's that the mind is a very, very powerful thing, and it can change your business. Okay, and then you got to follow up the actions, of course, which Janine has done as well as anyone in the office. So, great job, congratulations on everything, including your engagement, and keep up the good work. And we're going to look for the 40 or 50 sales in 2019.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay, and thanks for tuning in and learning a little bit from the Bear. Bye-bye.
Bye.